In a quiet forest, where sunlight shines through the trees, two friends start a journey that will show if they are truly best friends. Two friends walk side by side, laughing, talking, sharing dreams of the future, believing that no matter what happens, they would always stand together. Their bond seemed unbreakable, a friendship built on trust, or at least that's what they believed. They shared every secret and every laugh. They thought nothing could ever come between them. But as they moved deeper into the forest, the light began to fade, and the air grew heavier. The path ahead became hard to see. Something about the silence felt different now. The forest changed its voice, as if it was trying to warn them. Every sound made them want to stop. They didn't know that their biggest test was just around the corner. A strange silence filled the path, the kind of silence that speaks of danger. Even the wind seemed to hold its breath. They were no longer alone in the woods. And then, from the shadows, something watched them. Two sharp eyes followed their every move. A bear, massive, silent, unstoppable. The king of the forest stood right before them. In an instant, their world stood still. Fear took control. In a single heartbeat, their legs wouldn't move. The forest became a trap. And in that moment, a choice had to be made. There was no time to think, only time to act. Without a word, one chose himself over friendship. He forgot the promises they made. He only cared about his own life. And just like that, the other was left alone to face death. Now, it was just him and the beast. But fear sometimes creates wisdom. He remembered that bears only hunt what moves. It was his only chance to survive. He held his breath, became motionless, like life had left him. He turned himself into a stone. Not a single muscle dared to twitch. The bear came closer, step by step, each moment heavier than the last. He could feel the heat of the animal's breath. The shadow of the beast covered him completely. Now, there was no escape. The giant beast was right above him. One wrong move would be his last. Even a single breath could mean the end. His heart was pounding, but he stayed quiet. He prayed the forest would keep his secret. The bear lowered its head and smelled him closely. He felt the cold nose touch his skin. The smell of the wild was all around him. Time stopped. The whole world went silent. Everything depended on this one moment. And then something unexpected happened. The bear didn't attack. It seemed to have found what it was looking for. The bear walked away. It disappeared back into the dark trees. The heavy footsteps grew quieter and quieter. He was alive. He took his first real breath in a long time. The ground beneath him felt safe again. The danger had passed. The sun began to peek through the leaves once more. The birds started to sing again. And now, the other returned. He climbed down from the safety of the branches. He acted as if nothing had happened. He brushed the dust off his clothes with a smile, but the silence between them was louder than the bear. So, what did the bear say to you? He tried to laugh it off with a joke, but his friend didn't find it funny at all. There was silence, a long, cold moment where no one moved. The forest was quiet, waiting for an answer. The trust they once had was completely gone. And then, truth spoke. He looked his friend straight in the eyes. The fear was gone, replaced by a hard lesson. He finally saw who his friend really was. The bear told me. He spoke softly, but his words were heavy. It was a secret shared in the shadows of the forest. Never trust a friend. The kind who smiles when things are easy. The kind who promises to stay but disappears when you need them most. Who leaves you in danger. Because a real friend is the one who stands by your side. Misfortune doesn't create a distance. It shows who was never truly there. The truth hit deeply. There was no excuse he could make. The look in his friend's eyes said everything. Regret came too late. He realized he had saved his life, but lost his brother. Some mistakes can never be taken back, because some actions break trust forever. The path they share was now split in two. A true friend is worth more than gold. Don't wait until the bear comes to find out who yours are. And some moments change everything. They entered the woods together, but they left as strangers. The distance between them grew with every step. The forest returned to peace. The trees stood tall, keeping the secret of what they saw. Nature was quiet once more, as if the storm had never happened. But the lesson remained. True friendship is a light that never goes out, even in the darkest woods. Be the friend who stays when the world tells you to run. Friendship is not tested in easy times. It is easy to smile when the sun is shining. It is easy to stay when there is nothing to fear. It is tested in danger. True hearts are revealed only when the storm hits. The darkness has a way of showing who is real, because a true friend never runs away. They don't look for a tree to climb. They look for your hand to hold. He stands with you when it matters most, through the shadows and through the light, always together.